And the Lord God said, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make him an Ezer Kenegdo." Genesis 2:18. Ezer Kenegdo, the strength beside him, the presence that steadies him, the counterpart who mirrors God's intention back to him. Not above, not beneath, but beside. A design rooted in love, not hierarchy. A posture rooted in truth, not silence. A calling rooted in alignment, not performance. But the first woman, the first Ezer, the first counterpart, the first reflection of divine partnership stepped outside of the voice that formed her. When the woman saw that the tree was good for food, she took of its fruit and ate. Genesis 3:6. Eve went wrong when she entertained a voice that did not honor her, trusted a word that did not come from God, acted without alignment, moved without counsel, reached for wisdom apart from the one who is wisdom. Her fall was not rebellion, it was disconnection. It was misalignment. It was forgetting who she was beside him. But God did not discard her. He restored her. And Adam called his wife's name Eve, because she would become the mother of all living. Genesis 3:20. Even after the mistake, God still spoke life through her. God still covered her. God still clothed her. God still entrusted her with generations. Restoration began the moment God refused to let her identity die with her decision. Eve restores when she returns to God's voice, returns to truth, returns to presence, returns to partnership, returns to her original design, returns to the posture of standing beside, not wandering ahead. She realigns by remembering, "Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path," Psalm 119 and 105. She realigns by choosing God's voice over every other voice. She realigns by standing in identity instead of insecurity. She realigns by walking in truth instead of assumption. She realigns by loving from alignment instead of fear. And why does this matter? Because when Eve stands restored, the design stands restored. The partnership stands restored. The home stands restored. The generations stand restored. Ezer Kenegdo is not a title. It is a return, a remembering, a restoration, a return to God's intention, a return to God's order, a return to God's voice, a return to God's love. Eve restored is not the woman who never fell. She is the woman who got back up with clarity, with discernment, with alignment, with truth, with love that reflects heaven. This is Ezer Kenegdo. This is Eve restored. This is the woman who remembers who she is and why she was formed. Not to dominate, not to disappear, but to stand beside, aligned, restored, whole. And to every woman who hears this truth and feels something in her spirit rise, you were never created to live small. You were never designed to shrink, to silence yourself, or to forget the weight of who you are. You carry purpose. You carry intention. You carry design. You carry the breath of God in your becoming. You are not an accident. You are not an afterthought. You are not a replacement part in someone else's story. You are Ezer Kenegdo, the strength beside, the presence that steadies, the truth that aligns, the love that restores. And even if life has pulled you out of position, even if pain has made you forget your name, even if disappointment has made you question your worth, even if your story has chapters you wish you could rewrite, you can stand again, you can rise again, you can return to alignment, you can return to purpose, you can return to the woman God intended when He formed you. Because restoration is not for the perfect, restoration is for the willing. And you, right now, in this moment, are being called back to yourself, back to your strength, back to your softness, back to your discernment, back to your identity, back to your purpose. You're not here to carry the world. You are here to stand in the place God designed for you. Whole, grounded, aligned, restored. And when you stand, everything connected to you finally has permission to rise.